shoulder weapon represents a significant increase in capability over what you can get with a handgun. There's an easy way to further stack the odds in your favor, and that's to simply operate in concert with one or more other people. I'm talking here about team tactics. Think about it. Wouldn't you like to have another person with you if you have a malfunction or if your gun runs out of ammunition? What about if you have to open a door? It'd be very nice to have someone just simply watching your back. Team tactics really provide an order of magnitude more capability than operating by yourself. You have far more tactical options. And in fact, if 1 equals 1, 2 probably equals 4 or 5. What you're going to need to do is follow some principles which I call the 3 C's. This is cover all threat areas with eyes and weapons. It's real easy to do if you just have the second team member key off what the first person does. A lot of people will go into detail, planning out, this is your threat sector, this is my threat sector. Let me tell you something. Once the bullets start flying, it ain't going to happen. You're going to have to adapt to the situation, and the best way to do this is to have one person take the lead and the second person key off of them, very much like a wingman and a fighter pilot. The second C is coordinate movement to achieve your common objective. When you move, you want to stay under control, and again, you want to cover all threat areas. The final C is communicate to achieve the first 2 C's, covering of threat areas and coordination of movement. Probably the most useful communication to use is simply the term cover. The term cover can be used to let your partner know many things. For instance, if you run out of ammunition, you need cover. If you have a malfunction, you also need cover. Say you're wounded. What do you want to scream? Help, help, I'm hit, I'm hit. That's just going to key the bad guy in that he's got an advantage over you. You yell cover, it'll get the same message across without keying off your adversary. And a final time that you can say cover is simply any time you need additional help, when you need an additional gun in the fight. Cover! I got you. Up! Okay. You can see the 3 C's illustrated in that simulated dynamic entry. We covered all potential threat areas. Tony broke to the left, I keyed off of him and took the targets on the right. We coordinated movement as we came through the door. You can see we got some lateral separation, which gives our adversaries a harder problem to deal with. Finally, we communicated. When Tony needed to reload, he yelled cover. I verbally acknowledged, and I also physically acknowledged by moving into him with my knee. He took a kneeling position so that we could both fire if necessary, and I got my muzzle forward over him so that if he stood up unexpectedly, that I wouldn't shoot him in the back of the head. You can see that having more than one person greatly increases your capabilities. A dynamic entry like this is not just for SWAT teams. For a private citizen in home defense, your best strategy is generally to stay in a safe room and call the police. However, if your kids start screaming bloody murder in the middle of the night, I guarantee you're not just going to sit there, and you're probably not going to execute some stealthy slice-the-pie type technique. You're going to go. When you do, stay under control, and if you can, take more than one person.